let's go to the full spoilers of Boku no Hero Chapter 401, so loading.
Hi everyone, I'm Sant, and welcome to the Manga Information channel. Before we get into the content of this video, I'd like to ask you to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This helps the channel grow and gain more exposure. It's quick and easy, and you'll be helping out. So, without further ado, let's get into the content of this video.
Chapter title 401 is The Lunatic. The chapter begins with a flashback of Stain flying to All Might and All for One's fight with his glider. He deduced what was going on from the conversation between All Might and Genium and the Scar Kid. The closer he got, the more debris and trails of blood he saw. He wasn't sure if the blood was All Might's or All for One's, so he decided to smell it and, since he knows All Might's smell from Kamino, he confirmed that it wasn't his. Cut back to the present and Stain wonders if All Might has understood the meaning of his own existence. Stain said all that in Kamino because he wanted All Might to value his own life and continue to fight death, and All Might says he got it. The two go for an attack and Stain does his own version of I am here, but it's useless. All for One uses forced activation plus phlebotomy. All Might's is Watashi ga Kita, Stain's is or ga Kita. This combo of quirks causes All for One's blood to leave his body and splash around. All for One says he knew Stain would try to do something against him, since he was the only one to leave Tartarus on his own, so he came up with a plan. Stain says he just has to lick the blood again, but All for One also used antigen modification to change his blood's composition. Fleeing without leaving evidences is how he stayed in the shadows for all these years, after all. A mouth then comes out of his back and bites Stain. Stain is bleeding and All for One mocks him, saying that taking off his own blood and replacing it has made him cool down. All Might shouts Stain's name, but All for One throws him several blocks away and then flies off. Stain is knocked down in a game center and All for One is going to steal his quirk. All Might is flying towards them and All for One starts talking. He says that Stain was important to Tamura and the League's growth, but his role in this story ended there. Stain says that's not true, because they're all part of one big process. Even though he didn't finish high school, All Might taught him the meaning of being a hero. Win this and keep living. Stain raises his hands as if he's praying. On the next page, All for One punches him and a lot of blood comes gushing out. All for One then turns around to attack All Might too, but Hercules comes to protect him. All Might was sure that the car had already been entirely destroyed, but there were still a few pieces left. It also tells All Might to live and gets destroyed by All for One's laser. The next page shows All Might lying on the ground as Nana tells him to get up. He also sees Night Eye and understands that they're just illusions, it's his body trying to encourage him. He already lost all his support items and his legs aren't moving, but... I'm not dead yet. Come over here. All Might is covered in blood and crawling on the ground, but he's still smiling. The last page shows All for One watching the falling UA as the cops say that he has gotten close enough to Shigaraki. He can now use the Goo teleport quirk.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. Also, feel free to leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.